All right, welcome to the lesson on how to address an envelope. So here's an envelope, and as you can see, for those of you who don't know, this is the back. That's where the flap is, okay? And I'm giving this lesson because we had some issues earlier this year. So you might be like, Miss Height, I already know how to do this. And I'm like, well, some of you do, and some of you do not. So I'm going to get myself a Sharpie because that's what I like. Okay, so as you can see, this is the back. Like I said, this is where you will put your lovely letter when you are done. You stick it inside this lovely little hole, right? I just had these at home. I like color, obviously, and so I have colored envelopes. So the front, you want to flip it over. So if you look, this has it where this flap stays at the top. Okay, it's on the back, but it's at the top. So if I look at this, the flap folds down, and this is how I hold the envelope. Not like this. This is upside down. This is backwards. This is the back. This is the front. So if I see the flap is right here, and then I lay it down so that I'm ready to write. All right. In the top left-hand corner, right? This is where you're going to put a return address. So your return address is your name, and I like to do it this way where it's just like my first name, initial dot last name. And then I put my address. Okay. And then I put my city and my state. Okay. And then underneath, I put the zip code because that's my address. Okay. So it always starts with your name, and then your street, and then the city and state, and then the zip code. Okay. And it goes like that. I promise. This corner right here is for the stamp. Okay. So when you mail this, this is where the stamp goes. Wop, wop. Okay. This middle section right here is where you are going to, like, this is who it's going to go to. So you do the same thing, except you are going, it's going to look like that, except it's bigger because this is who it's going to. So this is the main portion. You can also put the return address. Sometimes people like to put it like on the back right here in the middle. Same thing, same format, but they just like to put it like in the back because they like to maybe use more of the front of the envelope to be artsy. Okay, like maybe to use more of this middle section to address it. Okay, so I'm trying to think also of who I'm going to write one to. You know what? I'm going to write a thank you note to a lady at East. I've been thinking about her. So her name is Jessica. I almost spelled her name wrong. Okay, because I'm like holding this thing. It's very awkward. And I almost, you know what? I'm going to look it up. I know that her last name starts with a D. And then I would put the address. And I know that it's 6215 Ranch. And I think it's Boulevard. I'm going to Google it here in just a minute. Which is what you should do if you don't know the person's address, right? See, I think her last name's Dunham. But I'm going to double check. But 621 Ranch, I think it's Drive. I'm just going to put Drive because I'm almost positive that's what it is. And then it's in Little Rock because I'm going to send it to her work. City, state, and then I don't know the zip. So I would use lovely Google, and I would open up a tab, and I'm going to Google East's website. Okay, so that's what I would do because I know that she works at East. ST. And maybe I should have done more. East Initiative is what I'm going to put in. Initiative. There we go. And then I'm going to, here it is. I know that's it. And if I look over here, I was right. It was Ranch Drive, and then it gives me the zip code, right? So be resourceful, people, okay? If you don't know someone's address, and you can call them or text them or get your parents to because it's someone that you and your family know, right? But now my envelope is ready to go, okay? has my return address in the top left, has her address right there in the middle, and then my stamp, like I said, is going to go up here in the top right-hand corner. And if I look, that's how it goes. The flap is open so that when it flips, that's how they will do it. So that is how you address an envelope.